YouTube, what's up? This is Brad Browning. I'm kind of a big deal. Well, actually, I'm only a big deal if you need help with your breakup, if you need marriage advice, or if you're desperate to win back your ex-boyfriend or ex-girlfriend. And if that last one there describes your current situation, then you've hit the YouTube jackpot, because in this video, I'm going to be explaining how your breakup might actually be a good thing. Now, this isn't going to be the case for everyone, unfortunately, but for some of you guys watching this video, I think that you may start to recognize that your breakup might actually be a blessing in disguise. Now, you guys probably know where I'm going with this. Basically, sometimes it takes a breakup to shake you out of your romantic tunnel vision and learn that you and your ex aren't really such a good match after all. Now, maybe some parts of your relationship were perfect, whether it's a great sex life, similar hobbies or friends, the fact that you never argue, but that may not be enough on its own to keep your relationship healthy in the long run. So how can you tell if your ex is right for you, or whether it's best to just give up and move on to someone new? Well, right now I'm going to share 4 questions that you can ask yourself in order to help bring some clarity and help you figure out how to proceed with your ex. Now guys, stick with me all the way to number 4, because that's the one I think most of you are going to find that it's the most helpful. Let's start with question number 1 to ask yourself, which is, are the issues that led to your recent breakup chronic, or are they something that can actually be fixed? Hey, many challenges can be overcome in relationships. You'd be amazed at some of the situations people have been able to overcome, especially with couples that have been married and dealing with these same issues for years, just with a few simple changes. But sometimes these issues are fundamental and they're just never gonna change. So, hey, dude out there watching this video, yeah, your girl's cheated on you 6 times in the past 2 years. Do you really think there won't be a 7th time? And do you want to take that chance? And what about if your partner is certain that they never want kids and they won't ever live anywhere outside of their hometown? Now, if those aren't compromises that you can live with forever, if you're 100% committed to having children, or you don't like the idea of living out the rest of your days in Gary, Indiana, then be honest and decide if you'll ever be able to fix the fundamental problems that may have plagued your relationship. And question number 2. Can you picture yourself with your ex in the future? A year from now, 10 years from now. Picture yourself and what your life will look like down the road, 6 months, a year, a decade. Is your ex in that picture? Can you see yourself getting married to your ex? Having this person be the mother or father of your kids? Could you be part of their family? Is religion going to get in the way? Are you someone else's mistress or secret romance? And if so, will you ever really be anything more than that? Now, obviously, there's no simple or correct answer to those questions. And quite frankly, most of you watching this won't have any kind of concern with your situation of that kind. But sometimes the issues are just too overwhelming to realistically have a real future together. So make sure you're being realistic about that future and who you want to be with months or years down the road. Number 3, pretty simple one. How often did you and your ex argue? So think back to before the breakup when you were still together with your ex. How often did you have arguments? What were they about? How intense were they? Did you sometimes argue for just no reason at all over the smallest, stupidest stuff? Now guys, studies have shown that while a certain amount of arguing is normal and to be expected in a relationship, some couples just have, fundamental personality clashes, or they're both just, particularly stubborn and prone to explosive arguments all the time. Now, if you're just going to get back together with your ex and immediately start fighting all the time again about the same stuff, then why would you want to be in that kind of relationship again? Now, don't jump the gun here and assume that lots of conflict means that you absolutely can't work things out and build a better, less toxic relationship in the future. But if you've always fought regularly about the same things over and over again, then that's definitely a possible red flag. And number 4. Do you miss your ex specifically, or do you miss having a partner or being in a relationship? So, maybe you've confused the source of your heartache and sadness that you felt since the breakup. Maybe you don't really miss your ex as much as you actually just miss being in a relationship altogether. This is a really common mistake that quite a few of my coaching clients make. And it's especially common for younger people with less experience dating or being in relationships. And this kind of a thing is often rooted in a fear of loneliness that almost everyone has deep down, whether they realize it or not, because really nobody wants to be alone, feel unwanted, or not have a partner to share their life with. But of course, that doesn't mean that you should stay in a relationship that's not working or isn't ever going to work. So think back to your relationship and your ex. What do you miss most? What are some of the things that your ex did, said, or made you feel that you wouldn't get if you were with someone else, anyone else? And what about your ex's negative traits? Think about those as well. What annoyed you? What was a constant issue in your relationship when you were together? Now, even if this is the case for you and you actually only really miss being in a relationship or having someone around to tell you they love you regularly, or maybe even just, you have a deep-seated fear of being alone, The heartache that you feel after a breakup is going to feel exactly the same as it was if your ex truly was your soulmate. So just because you're hurting, it doesn't mean that you for sure miss your ex. Maybe you just can't really tell the difference or the real underlying reason for the actual heartache that you're feeling since the breakup. Now, one great way to help answer this is to start dating again. Even if it's just casual and you don't really feel like it, go on a bunch of dates. Who knows? Maybe you'll find out that you like someone better, or that you just no longer really miss your ex at all. Another way to figure it out is just sign up for my one-on-one coaching and share the details of your situation so that we can work together to help you figure out what the best plan is moving forward. You can learn more about working with me directly by visiting breakupbrad.com/coaching. All right, and here's a final bonus question for you. Number 5, have you taken my free quiz yet? Sounds a bit cheeky, I know, but my quiz tool is actually a great way to help figure out if your breakup was actually a blessing in disguise or a kick in the pants that you needed to get you out of a stale relationship that wasn't right in the first place. So if you want to take that quiz right now, just go over to breakupbrad.com/quiz. It takes like 5 minutes at most. It's completely free, and it is very possible that your quiz results are going to give you the answer that you're looking for, or at least help you decide whether your ex is the one. All right, guys, thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing to my channel, as I'm sure you already have. If not, what are you waiting for? Please click that little red button and also click the little bell beside it so that you get notified when I release my future videos. All right, and that is it for today, YouTubers. I will talk to you all in the comments section below the video shortly, so get posting your questions and your feedback down there. We'll see you next time.